You've been gone too long, Alice. There are matters which might benefit from your attention. Friends cannot be neglected. Hurry.
Mia Wasikowska's back as Alice in the second movie based on the famous fairy tale Alice in Wonderland. She explains what this new adventure has in store for her character.
She returns to Wonderland because the Hatter is become very unmad and ill, and she has to sort of find his family in order to make him better and therefore go back in time. I liked how in this story she starts from she kind of comes from a really empowered place. She's been traveling the world for the last 2 years, and so she has a really strong sense of who she is, and I really love that.
When the day becomes the night, and the sky becomes the sea, when the clock strikes heavy, and there's no time for tea, and in our darkest hour, before my final rhyme, she will come back home to Wonderland and turn back the hands of time.
Director Tim Burton, who helmed the first movie in 2010, was the executive producer for this film. It wasn't hard for him to step away from the director's chair.
It was great that a lot of the same cast came back, so it kind of had a connection with that. And then, but when I met James, the director, I just felt, he had a good energy about it, and he had good thoughts about it. And, it's the same kind of thing, but hopefully it's a different, more, just a different take on it.
To me, it's like a comedy adventure story, which I think it's funny because Lewis Carroll is funny to me. But I think there's a lot of heart to it too. That's very important to me. All my films thus far, I've had that in it, and it's very important to me that things happens.
Hatter? Oh, it's you! You're you again!
Well, if I'm not, I wish I was.
Johnny Depp was inspired for the accent from his character Mad Hatter by a very special person.
It actually came from a tutor that my children had. When I was shooting on location, there was a tutor there, and she sort of had that sort of, that thing. And then I just sort of turned it into that thing.
Time is a he. He is not someone you want as your enemy. Please, sir, the Hatter is in danger.
Young lady, your time is up. This cannot be good.
There's so many messages, but I think, definitely sort of being who you are and being comfortable with that, and I like that Alice sort of holds on to this sense that she's worth more than what people sort of expect of her, which is to get married and be a wife, and I think that's really special.
Alice is a very interesting girl. She was very unusual at the time. She was very outspoken. She had her own feelings about the situation. She didn't suffer fools gladly, and was very, keen to do her own thing. And I think that's a very modern idea for a very old character.
The thing I always liked about it is about somebody, this is something I can identify with, whether it's a female or a male, somebody who always feels like they live inside their own mind, and they're artistic and they're passionate, and they don't really fit into the real world. And I think, this idea of escaping or using your fantasy world to deal with real problems is something that I find very strong.
Alice Through the Looking Glass rolls out across the world from the 25th of May.
Hello, Alice.